Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday, midway through the week. So today's practice will be a hamstrings focus, and we'll start out doing that. I recommend if you have a yoga strap that you have that nearby. And if you don't have a yoga strap, then you can always just manage. I'll give you how to use your hands, or if you have a towel. Hand towel would be great. Face cloth would be a little small, but a hand towel, you don't need a big bath towel or beach towel. Will work really nice. As always, let's center ourselves first. Sit in a nice easy seat and then close your eyes, drape your wrist over your knees, find tallness through the crown of your head. As you draw your attention inward, let go of your day, your checklist, your to-dos. Focus this next hour on your yoga practice. Starting with 3 long, even breaths. Breathing in, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Bring your hands together at heart center and set an intention for our practice. Something you'd like to achieve, some energy that you'd like to send to someone, or energy that you'd like to receive. And then opening your eyes, lay down onto your back. And then first have your strap or towel nearby, and first hug both knees gently to your chest. And you'll notice that your hips lift up, and then super mindfully, very carefully, start rolling your lower back to the floor. And as you send your lower back, sacrum, tailbone to the floor, you'll notice your knees begin to leave your chest. Give them a gentle pull forward. We're just beginning to warm up the hamstrings here, stretching the top, and rock a little side to side. Good. Holding on to your right knee, let your left knee go. 2 options. One, you can place the foot on the floor, or you can extend the leg out straight. And continue to give a little hug there. Maybe it's a little deeper, breathing in. So the hamstrings are those 3 muscles that go from your seat, that bony protuberance, sometimes referred to as a sitting bone. They go back along the thigh and they attach in and around the knee. Now take your strap, put it across the ball of your feet, and then let your leg extend out straight. So take notice, if you have a little bend in your knee, I want you to ease up on your strap or towel and send the leg towards the top of your mat. Perfectly straight, toes to knee. The modification, if you don't have a towel or strap, is to interlace your fingers, put it behind your thighs, and then push the heel to the ceiling. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Take notice of what you feel. And you may want to move the leg just a little bit to the right and left, and you'll feel yourself moving through the 3 different muscles there. Maybe you get the inner hamstring in one position, the middle in another, and then you may feel the outer hamstring a little bit more in another. Now take your strap or towel in your right hand. Open your leg to the right. Notice if your left hip lifts up off the floor, bring the leg back away from the floor to reconnect the back of your left hip. If you don't have that towel or strap, now you just take your right hand on the arm goes to the inner thigh and you grab onto the back of your thigh. Breathe in and breathe out. Now you'll should start to feel a stretch on your inner thigh, your adductors, adductors. Breathe into those, as well as the hamstrings. You're still stretching those. Now come back up through center. Take your strap or towel into the left hand, and then right leg goes to the left. Stack up your right hip over your left. Extend your right arm out to the side and gaze to your right thumb. Breathe in and breathe out. If you don't have that strap, now it's left hand holding the back of your right thigh. Breathe in the back of the leg, but now notice the stretch on the outer right hip. Inhale and exhale. Soften your breath and work to breathe in and out of your nose. Make the inhale length equal to the exhale length, 1-to-1 ratio. Come back through center. Now taking the strap in the left hand, send your right leg about 30 degrees to the left. Leg is straight, and then reconnect the back of your hip, your right hip to the floor. Push into the heel. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. You should be feeling a stretch on the outer right thigh. We're working into the IT band. While we're working with these straps, this is a nice little bonus to work into that area. Inhale and exhale. And then release. Give your right knee another hug. Notice if it comes closer, or if you can now completely connect the back of your hip to the floor. Switch sides. Right foot flat on the floor or right leg extended. Left knee to chest. And then give a little gentle rock. And then extend the legs straight out. Strap or towel across the ball of the foot, which allows you to push the heel towards the ceiling, and toes come to your left knee. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Maybe sometimes closing your eyes and starting to visualize what you're feeling across the back of your left thigh. It's different for everyone depending on your tightness and tension is, but maybe you're feeling the pressure behind the knee more than in the belly of the muscle, the middle of the thigh. Perhaps all of your tightness and constriction is in that sitting bone, right at the origin, the beginning of the hamstring. Sometimes even taking one hand and touching those areas that are particularly tight can be a way to help open them up. Take your strap or towel in your left hand, open to the side. I got a slide here, avoid my wall. It's the right back hip that wants to lift, so right hand on that front bone can be helpful. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Come back and then switch sides. Right leg or left leg to the right. Left arm reaches out. And then you're working to reconnect the back of your left shoulder, all the while pushing into that left heel. Breathe into your left outer hip. Inhaling and exhaling. Come back through neutral. Rather left leg up, Strap in the right hand, work the IT band. So 30 degrees, push the heel, reconnect the back of your left hip to the floor. Breathe into that left outer hip. You're going to feel it going through the outer left thigh. Inhale and exhale. And you may even want to touch that left waist crease, your TFL, tenor fascial latte. You pinch it a little bit, just touching it. Feel it as it blends into your IT band, that fibrous band on the outside of the left thigh. And then back to neutral. Bend your knees and put both of your feet into the strap. Push the heel and breathe. In and breathe out. Return the back of your hips. Notice if your hips are lifting up, the back of your head is still connected to the floor. Breathe evenly, send your focus. And then lift your head up off the floor. Walk your hands up your strap, pushing into your heel. You're folding over your legs. So think about when we stand on our feet and fold over our legs. It's the same shape with the body. We're just oriented differently 180 degrees. Breathing in and breathing out. And release. Another hug of the knees to the chest. Gentle rock side to side. And then roll on the length of your spine, come up to your seat. If you have a block, you may want to sit on your block for the first of our seated folds. Doing so gets the hips a little higher than the knees, which helps relieve some of this tension. Press your thighs to the floor and pull your toes to the knee. Take your hands to the side, Dandasana. Stare at your toes as you keep pulling those toes towards the knee. Breathe into the back of your thighs. Inhaling and exhaling. Now lift your arms up overhead. Lead with your chest. Hinge at the waist, so it's a fairly flat back. And then let your hands just come to your shin, ankles, or toes. I don't want you to make the biggest effort. So this is the beginning of our practice. We really haven't even warmed up into it. But now I want you to take this fold and then just notice, all right, the easiest place for me to reach is the lower part of my shins, or perhaps you're at your ankles. But notice if you're rounding your back to achieve this. That's creating space through the spine. I'd rather you pin your shoulder blades together and then hinge at the waist, lead with the sternum. You're not going to fold as much, and that's okay. Just take notice of where you're at, and then we'll do this again, and you can see the progress. All right, inhale, coming back up. Baddha Konasana, we're going to stretch the inner thigh, soles of the feet together, knees out to the side, sit up tall, and then hinge at the waist. And do so with a flat back. I want you to stretch the lower back muscles. So instead of rounding the spine, coming to spinal flexation, I want you to sit up and then lean forward. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Inhale, coming back up. If you've jumped up on the block, remove it. And then hug your knees to your chest, sit up tall, little rock side to side. Cross your shins, engage your core, roll over your feet to your hands, walk your feet back, high push-up, and then you can lower either to chaturanga, low push-up, or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, baby cobra, or up dog. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. First down dog. Notice notice how you feel. With your feet at hips distance, your heels come closer to the floor. Your knees can have a slight bend to them or a large bend. And the bend allows you then to start lifting those hips up as you draw chest to thigh. Push into your hands that are at shoulder distance with the fingers spread wide. And then you can begin to straighten the legs and then take notice of how your hamstrings feel. What do you notice there? From the seat, through the back of the thigh, to the back of your knees. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Fold over your legs and hold. What do you notice about this standing forward fold? What is different than when we were laying on our back, lifting up our head and chest to our legs? Now shift the weight of your body back to the heel. You should be able to lift your toes up. You might even lift up the front part of your foot so you're just balancing on the heel. Then come back to even distribution. And then you may want to walk your fingertips forward, shift towards the ball of your feet. See if you can lift your hips a little higher. Breathe in the back of your legs. This little shift may cause you to start engaging the front of your thighs. Lift your kneecaps up, which will also encourage you to engage your thighs, which signals the brain to help release the back of your legs. Inhale and exhale. Now come back to neutral on the feet. Inhale, lift your arms straight up overhead. Big reach to the ceiling. Exhale to Tadasana, mountain posture. Big toes are touching, or if it's more comfortable to have feet at hips distance, do that. Lift your kneecaps up, lift your sternum up, relax the shoulders from the ears. And let the arms be at the ready, palms forward to the thigh, either way. Chin ever so slightly, make the back of your neck feel a little longer, and feel that puppet string pulling out the crown of your head. Sun salute A. Inhale, lift your arms straight up overhead, gaze up to your thumbs, and then exhale, hinge at the waist, fold over your legs. Inhale, lift to halfway, and exhale, hands to the floor, high push up to low, or knees just chin. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Lift your hips, down dog. Pedal the feet, sway your hips, bring a little movement into this. You inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, look forward, walk, step, or float to the front, lift to halfway. And then exhale, fold over the legs completely. Inhale, reach your arms, gaze up to your thumbs. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, low push-up chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Left hand to the right shin or ankle, down dog twist, gaze up through your armpit, open side body. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, hands to the top, switch sides. Inhale, hands to the top, feet to 2 fist distance, look forward. Walk, step, or float to the front. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms. Gaze up to your thumbs. And exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 5 breath rest. Notice what's shifting in the body, what's beginning to change. Maybe it's in the shoulders, the neck, mid-back, hips, back of the legs, your ankles. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, look forward, walk, step, or float to the front. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach your arms, gaze up to your thumbs. And exhale, stand into Tadasana. Last one, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Hips up, down dog. Big toes come together to touch. Right leg lifts up to the ceiling. Lift it up high. Pushing the ball of your feet. Spread your toes. Pull the toes back to the right knee. As you draw your chest to your left thigh, push into your hands. Now shift your shoulders over your wrists. Place the foot to the outside of the right hand. Walk your left foot back or touch. Low lunge. Shoulders over wrists. Gaze between your hands. Breathe in and breathe out. Option to stay here. Option to come to forearms. Lizard. You can use the block to bring the ground closer. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, left hand, bases. Inhale, reach the right arm up, gaze up to your thumbs. Reaching, 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 opening. Inhale and exhale. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, right foot to meet left. Shift to high plank, hold. Pin your belly button to your spine. Keep your hips in line with the shoulders. So notice if it's lifting up. Notice if it's sagging. I want it straight and even, which sometimes can be hard to see on your own body or feel on your own body. Do your best. 10 more seconds. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Send your gaze forward. Shift your chest forward, bend the elbows, slowly lower to chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, up dog. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Big toes touch, left leg lifts. Draw the chest toward the right thigh. Lift that left leg up, push into the hands. Breathe in and breathe out. Shift the shoulders over the wrist. Left foot to the outside of left hand as right foot walks back. Inhale and exhale. Option to come down to the forearms. Each exhale, the forehead gets a little closer to the floor. Keep the left knee close to the left shoulder. Don't let it track away. Wants to open up. Keep it tight and close. Inhale and exhale. To the hands, right hand bases, left arm lifts, gaze to the thumb. And then exhale down. Inhale, left foot to meet right, shift to high plank, hold. You can add on by shifting shoulders forwards of the wrists. Engage your core, engage the front of your thighs. So think about lifting kneecaps toward your waist crease. That'll firm your quadriceps. Breathe in and breathe out. Gaze forward, bend the elbows, shifting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Up dog. Lift your hips, down dog. Look forward. Walk, step, or float to the front of your mat, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms, gaze up to your thumbs. Reaching backwards, a little back bend. Start to lift your chest up higher to the ceiling. Shoulder blades toward each other as your arms reach back. Keep lifting your sternum. Use the muscles around your spine to articulate up toward the shoulder blades. Breathe in and breathe out. Exhale, hands to the side, come back to equilibrium. Standing postures. Chair posture. Bending knees, drive the hips back, lift the arms up. Utkatasana. Sit lower, reach higher. Shift your hips back. Begin to stack the knees over the ankles. You can lift your toes up. Inhale and exhale. Interlace your fingers, palms to ceiling. Float your chest over your thighs. Shift your hips back. Breathe in and breathe out. Exhale, hands to the floor, knees into armpits, Bakasana or Malasana. Feet as wide as the mat, hands to heart center, elbows to inner knees, sit up tall. Wherever you're at, breathe in and breathe out. Send your feet straight back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, left heel spins down. Rise to warrior one. Knee over ankle, left hip forward, lower ribs coming in, vertical spine. Feel that tallness. You breathe in and breathe out. Exhale, open to warrior two. Right knee over ankle, arms reach out. Check in with your shoulders. One way to do that is to flip both palms up to the ceiling. You feel your shoulder blades slide down the back. Keep the shoulder blades where they're at, and then you can return the palms down. Inhale and exhale. Flip your right palm back to the ceiling. Reach it up and back. Left hand can touch thigh. Can press energy forward. Can reach around the backside and find your right gym pocket. Wherever you're at, breathe into your right ribs. Inhale and exhale. Exhale back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten your right leg for triangle. Shorten your stance. Reach forward. And then hand comes to your shin, ankle, or toe bone. The left arm lifts up, gaze up to that left thumb. Draw the right thigh back to the left foot, engage core, reach up higher through your left fingertips. Breathe into the back of your right thigh. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, rise, extended side angle. Walk your feet further apart, and then right elbow to knee or hand to floor. Left arm up, gaze to your left thumb. Create that space, that length along the left-hand side of the body. So if your arm is reaching, like you're trying to pick an apple, all the while pushing the outside edge of your left foot. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, rise to warrior two. Now pivot to high lunge. You're turning the hips forward, sitting the hips down, reaching the arms up. Right knee over ankle. Your goal is to work to get that right thigh parallel to the floor, so deepen the stance to help you do that. All the while, working to straighten out that left leg. Breathe into the front of your left thigh, squeeze the outer hips in, lift through the pelvic floor, inch below the belly button, in into the heart. Exhale, hands to heart center, twist to the right. Left elbow hooks, gaze over your right shoulder. Breathe in, feel that opening in the lungs, and exhale, twist deeper. Inhale and exhale. And then exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, right foot to meet left. High plank to low. Inhale, up dog. Lift your hips. Down dog. Come onto your forearms for dolphin. So you're just bending the elbows, lowering down to those forearms. Everything else is the same. And then walk your toes in closer to your elbows. You'll need to bend your knees to do so. Then lift those hips up. Notice the additional stretch there on your hammies. Breathe. Draw your chest toward your thighs. Inhale and exhale. Gaze forward, push off your forearms, come back to down dog. And then step your, walk, step, or float to the front. Exhale, fold, inhale, arms up, hips down, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to heart center, twist to the right. Gaze up over your right shoulder. Squeeze the knees together. Breathe in and breathe out. And then exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, arms up, hips down. Utkatasana, hands to heart center, twist the left, right elbow hooks to the outside of the left knee, gazes over the left shoulder. Drive your hips back, begin to stack the knees over the ankles. If you lift your toes up, spread them wide, set them down. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, low push-up or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, down dog. Left foot steps forward, right heel down, rising up, warrior one. Breathe. Finding that tallness, the shoulders relaxed, but the arms are engaged. So notice if your arms are just kind of sitting and hanging. See if you can reach them up, but relax the shoulders. Inhale and exhale. And then exhale, open to warrior two. Add that distance, left foot can walk forward. Finding that tallness, breathe in and breathe out. Reversing your warrior, reach up and back. Take your option with that right hand. Breathe into your left ribs. Inhale and exhale. Exhale back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten your left leg, shorten your stance. Reaching forward. Left hand to shin, ankle, or toe bone. Right arm reaches. Reaching up to the right fingertips. Feel that engagement in the core. And then if you're leaning forward with the upper body, I want you to think about an imaginary wall behind you. And your shoulder blades touching that wall. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, rise. Extended side angle. Left knee over ankle. Elbow to knee, right arm reaches up. If you're taking your elbow to knee, turn your left palm to the ceiling. Pretend you're holding a waiter's tray. So every part of our body is intentional. We don't let things just hang out, so to speak. Be intentional throughout the whole of the body. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Pivot, high lunge. Width and depth here. Squeeze outer hips in. Feel that tallness. Breathe. In through your nose and exhale. Exhale your hands to your heart. Twist to the left, right elbow hooks. Push into your right heel or take your knee to the floor. Your option. Breathe in and breathe out. And then exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, left foot to meet right. Shift to high plank. Lower to chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Lift your hips. Down dog. Walk your hands backwards to your feet. Feet are at hips distance. Bind to the big toe, forefinger, middle finger. Lift your chest, bend the elbows out to the long side of the mat. Lift your hips up and breathe. Head hangs.
Jaw relaxed, tongue loose. Come back to your breath if you've gotten away from it through our standing series. Inhale and exhale. Now release your toes. Bend your knees as much as you need to pop hands of your feet. Toes on wrist creases. Lift your hips up. Press the thighs towards the back of the mat. Breathe. You may notice that this hand variation changes where you feel the intensity in your spine of this stretch. It may also intensify the stretch across the back of your legs. Release. Arms can hang or take opposite elbows or hook thumbs and place them on the back of your shoulders. Option to sway the upper body in one direction and shift the hips in the opposite. Breathing in and breathing out. And then release your arms. Slowly start rolling up. Come to that neutral. Hands to waist. Either leg steps forward, turn toward the long side of the mat that suits you best. Legs are fairly wide, big toes in toward each other. Exhale, folding at the waist. And then place your hands down to the imaginary line drawn between your big toes. If you have an inversion, feel free to take it. If you want just to shift your weight to the balls of your feet, so you lift your heels up and then reverse it. Maybe shift to the heel and back. Keep folding as you lift the hips higher, straightening the legs. So our wide-legged folds help stretch not only the hamstrings, but our glutes, your bun cheek muscles. And you can shift forward and back, and you may notice different stretch on the inner thigh there. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, hands to waist, chin gaze up to the ceiling. Shift your hips forward by engaging your bun cheek and your hamstrings. And then lift the sternum to the ceiling. Breathe in and breathe out. And back to neutral. Exhale, fold. Now take your forefinger, middle finger, bind to the big toes. Lift the chest, flatten the back. Now start bending your elbows out toward the short end of your mat and lift your hips up. Prasarita Padottanasana, variation D. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, coming back up, hands to waist, chin gaze up to the ceiling, shift your hips forward, pause, come back to neutral. Side squats, Skandasana. Bend your right knee, take your arms pointing to your left foot. Push into the outside edge of your left foot. Just bring your hips at or below the knee. Option to lift those left toes and sit all the way down. Stay with the whole of the right foot connected to the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, rise, switch sides, bend and sit. Pushing the outside edge of the right foot. Option to turn those right toes up, sit all the way down. Inhale, fully vertical spine. And then inhale, rise. Dynamically bend your right knee, sit down, inhale back up, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, neutral, hands to waist. Turn to the right, pyramid. Shorten and widen the stance. Left foot trails by about 18, 24 inches. Left toes turn slightly out. The front of your hip bones. The left one wants to track back. Make them both point. Think of those 2 points on the hip there as headlights. Are they pointing to the back of your mat? Opposite elbows or reverse prayer. Push into the outside edge of the feet. Feel tall. Zipper up through the inner thigh. Inch below the belly button, in and up to the heart. And then hinge, fold. Breathe into your hammies. It's our deepest hamstring stretch yet. You can reach one hand and feel your sacrum. Is it neutral, or are you lifting that left hip here? Inhale and exhale. Inhale, rise. Switching directions. Face the opposite end of your mat. Walk your feet apart. Right foot slightly turns outward. Push into the outside edge of the feet. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up and working for our standing balance. We're going to take tree, followed by a leg lift, and then we are going to do a standing forward fold to work into our hammies some more. So we're going to work on balance, strengthening the hamstrings, and then stretching. Here we go. Weight shifts to left foot. Left hand to knee, left elbow back. So feel the engagement already on the left-hand side of the body. And then right knee lifts up as you stare at something distinct. Open to the side, and then put your foot to thigh, calf, or on top of your left foot. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhaling and exhale. Get a little taller through the crown of the head. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Interlace your fingers, steeple the forefingers. Reach up. See if you can get your biceps, triceps out or behind the ears as you drive that knee towards the back. Inhale and exhale. I'm going to turn so you can see better. Now bring your hands to waist. Remove your right foot from the thigh. Lift the knee up. Point the toes away. Lift your right leg up as high as you can. Inhale and exhale. Try not to lean back. Stack up over the left leg. Now bend the knee and then fold over your left leg. Fingertips to the floor. Standing splits. Lift your right leg up as high as you can. Breathe in and breathe out. Challenge transition. Lifting your chest up. Try not to touch your right foot to the floor. And then bring the knee to the chest. And then set it down. Shake out your left leg. Shift weight to right foot. Right hand to waist. Elbow back. Engage through the whole of the right hand side of the body as the weight shifts over. Knee up, out, foot to thigh. Find that tallness as hands come to heart center. Inhale and exhale. Kale Mudra, interlace the fingers, steeple the forefingers, reach up. hands to waist. Move foot from thigh, knee up, point toes, extend the leg out, lift up high. Notice if you're leaning back, as you inhale and exhale. And then bend the knees, send the leg back, fold over your right leg, fingertips to the floor. Neutral hips, so again, the hand can go to the back. See if that sacrum is flat. The tendency here is to lift the left side up higher, bring it even, and then draw your chest toward your right thigh. Head hangs, push into the ball of the foot. So just like we did with our three-legged dog, I want you to have that same feeling through the left leg. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, hands to waist, knee to the chest, and then down to the floor. Shake out. Shift a little side to side. Feet go as wide as your mat, big toes out. Hands to waist, fold. Bend the knees, come into Malasana, our yoga squat. Elbows to inner knee, hands to heart center. Shift side to side. Breathe in and breathe out. Twisting, left hand down, right arm reaches, gaze to the thumb. Switch sides, right hand down, left arm up, gaze to the thumb, twisting in our yoga squat. And back to neutral. Turn your toes forward, reach the arms forward, engage your core, and as slowly and quietly as you can, lower to your seat. Hug your knees to your chest. Rock a little side to side. Be on both sitting bones. Sit up tall. Extend the legs out straight. Hands beside your hips. Dandasana. Breathe. Push the thighs to the floor. Keep pulling toes to knee. Find length in the spine. Seated forward fold. Here's our test. Lift the arms. Lead with the chest, and now notice where your hands easily go to. So it's with, I guess the best way to think about it is, you're making effort, but you're not like making that super strong effort. But notice, for me, before I was just, comfortably getting to my ankles. Now my fingers wrap over my toes, and that's just my body. Maybe you were at your knees, and now you're at mid-shin. Just notice what length you've gained here. You inhale and exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. And then inhale, coming back up. Seated tree, Janu Shirshasana, left leg is straight, right foot to inner thigh, knee to the floor, arms reach, turn, fold over the left leg, bind to the edges of the left foot. Right knee is tracking towards the floor, right thigh is externally rotating as you press left thigh down to the floor and pull left toes to knees. Check in with your right hand. Is it trailing the left? Check in with right shoulder. Is it lifted higher than the left? Breathe in and breathe out. Revolving. Inhale up. Left hand to right knee. Right arm up. Ribs turn to the back of the mat. Now reach over your right ear towards your left toes. You're turning chest and face towards the ceiling as you breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, rise, right hand behind, twisting over your right shoulder. Inhale, feel taller, more vertical. Exhale, twist deeper.
Counter twist to the left. Right leg goes out. Left foot to inner thigh, heel up to the hip. Lift, turn, fold. Inhale, up, right hand, left knee, left arm up, turn to the left, reach over the left ear toward the right toes. Keep using your right hand to draw that right shoulder under the left. Breathe into your left side body from left waist crease to the ribs up to the shoulder. Inhale, come back up, left hand behind, sit tall, twist over your left shoulder. And release, counter twist. Baddha Konasana again. Soles of the feet together, heels up to the hips, sit up tall. Your choice, very flat back or deliberately rounded back, and then fold over your legs. Knees move toward the floor, stretch the groin, notice the inner thigh. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, rising back up. Legs move out in a diamond shape. Knees are still open to the floor. Hinge at the waist. Put your forehead towards or into the arches of your feet. Breathe into your outer thigh. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, coming back up. Lay down to your back, feet underneath your knees. We'll take one back bend here. We're going to work on strengthening hamstrings. So as you place your feet underneath your knees and hands beside the hips, palms down, feet are at hips distance. Push into your heels, lift your hips up. Scoop the shoulder blades together, option to interlace the fingers and push forearms to the floor. Now, squeeze your bum cheeks. Lift your hips up higher. You may want to scoot the shoulder blades even more. Think about those lower ribs lifting up. Without moving the feet, pull the heel toward your shoulders. Feel your hamstrings turn on. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. 6 more breath cycles. Feel the stretch of the front of the hips. Feel the stretch perhaps in your abdomen. Keep squeezing bum cheeks, engaging hamstrings. For 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Hug your knees to your chest. Rock a little side to side. Send your knees to the right, gaze to the left. Supine twist. Cove effort. Twist from the tailbone to the base of your skull. Back through center. Brief hug of the knees to the chest and a pressing of the lower back to the floor. Then switch sides. Knees over each other. So right knee vertically stacks over left. Right hip over left as you gaze out to your right thumb. back to neutral. Hugging the knees, press the lower back to the floor. Then place your left foot down, right ankle on left knee, reclined figure four, supine figure four. Right hand goes to the circle, interlace behind left thigh or on top of left shin. Right toes to the knee, right knee moves away as you bring your forehead and chest towards the left knee. So you're lifting up, perhaps your shoulder blades are no longer touching the mat. And then begin to press that lower back sacrum tailbone to the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. Release, switch sides. Left hand goes to the circle, interlace on top of right shin or behind the thigh. Left toes to knee, left knee away, forehead to knee. Press lower back sacrum, tailbone to the floor. So this is the most accessible of our external hip postures. So if resting pigeon, one on our stomach with the knee up, never feels comfortable for you, this is always a super great option to take. You still get into those muscles that live underneath the glutes, the bun cheeks, and you avoid all the knee issues. Release and hug your knees to your chest. Your option to simply extend your legs out, have legs at about 30 degrees, feet falling open, or you can come to a seated posture, taking just a couple minutes to rest, to reflect, to meditate. As always, you can turn the video off and take a longer meditation, or if your time is constrained, you can do that later. Wherever you're at, you're letting go of your deliberate breath, your effort. Feel the ground beneath you supporting you. Scan your body on a physical level. So out of the bones, the joints, the muscles, the connective tissue all feel. Perhaps you become aware of your heartbeat. Is it slowing down? Become aware of the energy flow in your body. Or if it's not the flow that you can sense, perhaps it's the quality of energy that you feel. Are you feeling more awake than you did an hour ago? Are you feeling simply more alive, a little more vibrant, even though you've been working hard for the past hour? And then bring awareness back to the body. Wiggle the fingers and toes, engage calves, thighs. If you're laying on your back, roll to the right hand side of your body in a fetal position. Symbolizes the rebirth and the reawakening of the physical body. And everyone find your way to a seated posture of choice with your wrist draped over your knees, palms to the floor to feel grounded, palms to the ceiling to receive energy. Ending our practice where we began. 3 long, even breaths. Breathing in, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Bring hands together at heart center and reflect on the intention you set at the beginning of our practice together. The light in me honors the light in you. We bow towards one another. Namaste. Thank you everyone for your hard work. Thanks for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Be safe, be well, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Namaste.